Hello, and thank you for being with me again. Today we're going to be looking at our verse, Proverbs 16, verse 32. And it says, "He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city." One thing it's pointing out to us is that patience is more effective than power, and patience is preferable to physical power. A patient man rules or controls his spirit and temper. Normally, the Hebrew word for patience, as mentioned here, is an attribute of God, as we see back in Exodus 34:6. But in this verse, it's describing a patient person. We also see that he who rules his spirit means that such a person has his emotions under control. This saying would have significant meaning in a time when military prowess was held in high regard. So let's look at 4 other verses that goes along with this. Proverbs 14:17 says that a quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man of wicked intentions is hated. It's telling us here that hasty anger is labeled as folly. In Proverbs 25:28, it says that whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. If our walls are broken down, we are exposed and vulnerable to evil and anger. So we need to keep our walls strong. In Ecclesiastes 9:17, it says that the words of a wise man heard in quiet are better than the shouting of a ruler among fools. Again, we see the wise controlling their spirit instead of reacting to anger. And then in the New Testament, in James 1:19 and 20, it says, "So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath or anger, for the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God." So our response to anger needs to be learned from our response to and our knowledge of Scripture. And that's what we're doing as we're memorizing these scriptures each week. Thank you for being with me.